want to go on further into a little something I think I wanted to explain and maybe dive a little deeper into. It's about manipulation. And my previous video I just made, I want to just give you a quick description and maybe a better definition of what is actually and has actually happened. When the establishment was working against Trump, what they did was they ignited their base of people to believe things about the one guy, Trump, that actually weren't true. And the whole purpose in that, via propaganda, the individuals like a Brennan who got onto all the different channels, the folks who were part of the FBI or CIA previously, the Comey, who's now going to be teaching at a college here. These people got before the public and were propagandizing an entire half of the nation. What's so sad about that, though, is that these people, it's like you have to understand, you can't be mad at the people who are propagandized. I mean, you really can't. You can't call them names. This is why it's like when I talk to the average person, I'm not talking just to the average Republican or Trump supporter. I'm talking to the average Democrat as well. And I've always said that. The radicals, I mean, on either side, I mean, those people are freaking ridiculous. But you go to some of the radicals who are radical, liberal, progressives, I mean, who are willing to do things to people, I mean, to dox them, dox people's grandchildren, dox homes. If you don't agree, they're willing to, like what they did with me. They throttled my posts. I got complained about. I had people calling me all kinds of stuff. I mean, these people, they basically are driving the narrative. But you gotta understand what this looks like. Okay, so like the structure really would look like what the establishment is, who these people are, whether they're Republican or Democrat. Then you have the individuals who are the militant wings, which push the agenda of the establishment. And then you have the rest of us who are just kind of watching, wondering what the hell's going on. So the people who are just watching what the heck's going on, I mean, they're influenced either way, okay? So you can't really be mad about the people who have been influenced either way, because they have been influenced, they have been manipulated, they have been told things that aren't true, but via the news media, via these people who are supposedly the leaders within these groups, like you have a BLM or Antifa or the NBA or NFL. You have to understand, like, when all these massive establishments within Americana were used as political tools, that's what was happening, is that they were trying their best to push the agenda of the establishment. These people belong to something, okay? And what's crazy, and I'll just give like an example, like a Lady Gaga. She didn't belong to the establishment before when she was coming up, okay? But she did everything to be involved in it, to be a part of it. They want to be involved in this small group, and they want to be recognized in that as leaders within it, because they want the power, they want the influence, they definitely want the riches and the power and the money. But they also too want to be able to dictate to other people what's right and what's wrong. See, you can, all you got to do for some of these folks is, first you got to say, okay, it's okay to kill kids. And how do I know that? It's okay to abort babies. It's okay to call certain people racist and bigots and liars. And even if they are black or you don't really believe in BLM, you can do that because they don't align with the agenda. It's okay, and I'll actually go to the abortion thing. To understand how deep that whole thing is and why this whole thing with global warming is in global whatever they call it now, that global crap. I think it's a bunch of BS. And the reason why I say that is because the Gates Foundation and what's her name? The Planned Parenthood woman. What's her name again? Margaret Sanger. These people were all about population control, and that's not something that's coming just from the 21st century. It goes back to the 20th century. It goes back to the 19th century. These people believe that the population of this world needs to be controlled by a group of individuals, and that group of individuals get to say how many people should be alive. And they've used eugenics. I mean, that's what Hitler was doing. They used eugenics, what Stalin did, what Lenin did. It's what Pol Pot did. It's what Mao did. I mean, these people in these nations, I mean, the people in Africa, these socialist communists did the same exact thing. They were eliminating whole swaths of people because they believed, and even South America as well, these people believed that and believe that they should have say in how many folks actually live and belong on this planet. What's unfortunate about it is that people have bought into it. So when you see black women wearing Planned Parenthood shirts, you got to understand that propaganda is strong, okay? And it's terrible to think about what people are willing to do to one ethnicity, because this is what Margaret Sanger she said, is the people who are degenerate, folks who are of color, and individuals who have deformities, they didn't belong on the planet and they should be eliminated. So understand this, okay? Now I just want to get back into this. When you have the people who have been manipulated, it's not something that just happened in the 21st century. This has been happening for centuries, and the establishment is massive. This is not just a United States Democrat-Republican thing. This is a world system, and this is what you go. And if you are not a believer, all you got to do is look up Ephesians chapter 6. Okay, look up Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10 through 18. All right, and if you'll understand like what this looks like, you think that it's about the people. Okay, you think it's about the people. Hitler was not. He was not influenced by himself. That dude was into the occult. It was. So, these people were freaking devil worshippers. It's nuts, but people don't want to understand that these are systems that are actually out there and are real. So anyway, I want you to understand this, okay? I'm not trying to bag on one party within our government. You understand that there's a lot more going on here, and you're living through this. And as you live through this, you understand that if you are supporting it, you may be unwittingly supporting some things that you would never, ever agree to, never, ever believe about, and never support. But there's a manipulation. Deceivers always hide. They always hide. And what deceivers do is they trick people. I was a part of that a long time ago. I believed things about the world, and my whole eyes and my mind were completely opened. Now I understand what the system actually looks like and what it is. The only way that you're going to get to know what it is if you actually look at it from this perspective. That this is a spiritual war. This is why I said the only way that we're going to be saved, this nation's going to be saved, is by God intervening. That's why you pray, okay? But I'm just being real with you. This is what I wanted to explain. I'm not trying to say that one group is worse than the other, because they're all bad. But there's an establishment here that's working against us, the people, okay? Take care.